Have you wished for a very simple and easy project base for a card or maybe a mini album that allows you to tell a special story or maybe captures a special event that you celebrate with your friends and family? I'm going to share my step-by-step techniques featuring our new layered cards and shadow boxes and some very basic dies that allow you to put together these very special gifts in a very timely manner, and your friends and family still think you spend a lot of time. So join me, we'll learn these step-by-step techniques together and have some fun along the way. To create these three-dimensional layered cards, we're going to learn how to cut the circles first. That is your first step with this. So to get started, we're going to look at the pack they come in. It comes in a 6x6 layered circles card. They're available in craft, black, or white. And it has enough for one mini album or layered card, and it has 4 pieces. The circles are all different sizes, so you get different varied ways to do them. There's also a 5x7 layered ovals card, and that's also available in craft, black, and white, and that has 4 different oval sizes. And those coordinate with our circle basics large and our oval large die as well. So to get started, when you open it up, you have a packet that contains the base with a spine like this, so it adds a little bit of depth and dimension, but it's flat, so you can actually flatten it for mailing. And then you have these circles. You'll start with the smallest one in the back and then just layer it up so that the largest circle is on top. The next question is, how do I layer my pattern paper on top and die cut it out? So we're going to lay this to the side, and I have this die. This is the large die from the Circle Basics Large. That comes with 7 different sizes of circles, and this matches perfectly. So the easiest way to line these up to cut them out is you could just lay this circle on top of this paper, cut it out in the center, and that would line up on top. That's what we're going to do for this one. But I have another panel that has not been cut out yet, and we'll show you what to do if you using a paper that does not have a circle on it. So obviously you want to cover the front and back. So I take 2 sheets of paper, these are cut to 6x6, and I will just lay them right at the bottom and just make it even. And oops, don't lay your die on top, you want your pencil, and mark a circle right in the center. So that's all you're going to do. So you have that circle, and you're going to cut out 2 pieces at a time. So use a piece of tape and just go ahead and layer this die right on top of that circle. And you can follow the lead pencil design. And then we'll lay this on our plate. Just make sure that your 2 pieces of cardstock are lined up precisely. So we'll lay that on. And then this one, since it has the circle in the center already, you could just tape this down. So you can see how quick and easy it is to run these through your machine. Now I am using the Cut and Boss today, but you could use whichever manual die cutting machine that you have. So just make sure that your sandwich is stacked properly, and we'll run that through the machine. And that will cut out those circles so that you have 2 pieces all cut out, and then you can go ahead and start layering those on top. So you'll just pop that out of the center, and you've got 4 pieces all cut out with 1 pass of the die cutting machine, and you're ready to assemble your card base. To layer the card base or your mini album together, you have this spine at the very end that you'll just fold up like this, and then you have these little pieces on the inside that you'll adhere your paper panels too. I like to start out with the smallest circle or oval and adhere that to the very last flap. All you need to do is just add a little bit of glue along the spine and then add that smallest circle and just bump that right up to the edge of that, or where the first crease starts. Once you've done that, you just go to the second flap. You may, if you want to, if you're using liquid glue, you may need to clip it just a little bit so it doesn't move around for you. And with these staggered circles, or the circles that are a little bit smaller as you continue on with them, it makes it you can easily create that beautiful scene with it. So we'll just do 2 more. So you have 4 pages that you're creating with this. And what's really beautiful about this is if you're mailing it, you can flatten it back down again, which is really nice. So we'll just bump that to the crease. So as you can see, it's very easy to put together. And then we'll have the last one, that is your largest circle. Just bump that up to the crease. Fold. You may actually just want to lay this over like this. And you've got your, let me just push that down a little bit. We'll give that a little bit of time to dry. But once that is dry, I just kind of fold it up like this. See if we can close it. There we go. Press that. And you have all those circles. That's still just wanting to pop loose. But once that is dry, just clip it a little bit and you'll be good to go. But I'll show you this one. Once that's dry, you can go ahead and add your paper layers, and then you can embellish that however you desire to create those beautiful scenes for your mini albums or card projects. To add extra dimension to your cards and mini album projects, we are debuting the card shadow boxes, which gives you a nice little base to make dimensional cards, or you can do shadow boxes on their own. And these come in 2 sizes. They're both in one pack. You've got the larger 6x6 and the A2, and each packet includes 2 of these, and those are also available in craft black and white. So to get started, there's just a few couple basic techniques on how to layer this together, and then you can use your creativity to use it on any project you wish. So to cut out this outer piece, all I do is I use the very same concept that I did for the actual layered cards. So you'll want to layer this on the very front. So all I do is just put this in the back and make sure that it's lined up with that inner square. And once that's lined up, we'll just lay that in the front and then just use your pencil. I'm going to lay this down so we can do this very accurately. Just make that line all the way around, and that gives you a precise edge that you could, all you need to do is just line that up and run that through, and that will cut out that border you need for around this frame. To assemble this shadow box, all you want to do next after you've glued this on the top is just open it up, and on the inside you can glue the picture that you'd like to have as the background scene. So we're going to add that. You could also slide it in later if you don't want to do it right away, but I typically like to add it at this point of assembling the box. So once that's done, all you need to do is just fold those flaps. This box is pretty easy to put together. As you can see, it's fun to create those little scenes. You could make this into like a little fishbowl shaker card. It's a great way to present a gift that has a little bit more happening, instead of like you could present it with a gift card, or just add more dimension to your project. So when you line this up, just line up the corners. And if you need to, you could always go back and clip that a little bit and just put in the tabs on the side. And then you can literally just glue that over the top if you want. You can fold it in the center. And it's like a little box. You could also use this as an envelope with a clear opening for your dimensional cards. So we'll just fold that over. Just pop that in the side there. So it's like assembling an envelope, and you've got your little box. You could add glue, or you can leave it as a flap so you can open it, and then you can attach it to a card, or you could also close the front to create more of a shadow box shaker card. The Circle Basics Large and the Eyelet Circle and Basics Small dies are perfect for the layered cards. You can use these individually, or you can use these on other projects and layer them together. If you just use the Circle Basics Large, this is how it looks layered together with a 1/4 inch in between each one. If you just use the Eyelet Circles and Basics Small, this is how it will look with a 1/4 inch. But if you pair them together, you'll have a beautiful 1/8 inch, so you can really do a lot of versatility with that. And the same thing works for the Eyelet Oval and Basics Small and the Eyelet Oval and Basics Large. So those have the individual, if you pair them together, have a wider 1/4 inch border, and then if you pair both sets together, you have that beautiful 1/8 inch. So I highly recommend getting all 4 sets so you have these as basics within your tool set. So let's look at some samples of what you can do with the layered cards and the shadow boxes. So here's one done with the Woodsy Wonderland scene. Now you can use these as a tool to create a scene, but you can also use your creativity and use photos. Here's one with the little shadow box. This comes in white, black, or craft. You can also do this in another Under the Sea theme, so you can do really beautiful, amazing mini albums. If you don't add too much dimension, the spine will actually flatten for mailing, which is really nice too. Or you can use it as a book that is more dimensional, fun to look at. I also think this would make a great kids like little mini lookbook. It's so adorable. This one was done with the Monkeying Around collection. They look like they're having a little bit too much fun. Maybe it's all the pina coladas they're sipping. Then we have this little shadow box. This is the larger one that's just mounted on a card base. This is done with the Wildwood Cottage collection. These samples will be online with instructions, so you can see them there. I absolutely love how this one came together. This was made by design team member Susan Smith. So she has this dimensional light card, so this will set up so it's really like a masterpiece. There's a bow on top. That's with the small A2 size shadow box. Isn't that gorgeous? Here's one that's another Christmas one with a little lantern and a bunch of the poinsettias. I absolutely love this one as well. This is with the wedding bells. You've got some deer, you've got some snowmen. So there's a beautiful ways to just really express your creativity and have fun creating those scenes. The possibilities are absolutely endless. There's so many samples here. It's like, which one do I show next? This one is a card with the shadow boxes using the Under the Sea collection. This is the larger card base with the shadow box using the deer as well. Then we have one here that's pretty simple, very dimensional, beautiful. Here's another one with a little Monkeying Around collection. Beautiful way to use this scene. You can cut the tops off with the decorative dies to get a completely different look with those. The creative possibilities with the layered cards, the shadow boxes, and these dies are absolutely endless. You can use them for so many different occasions and different seasons. I would love to see what you create. You can share your projects with us on Facebook. And if you don't own these products yet, get yours ordered today. I've added the links below for quick and easy ordering. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time.